On the vast, sun-drenched plains of Africa, a brutal change of power is taking place. It's a transition that is both majestic and terrifying, a moment that will redefine the future of an entire family. But this isn't some simple coronation. A new king's reign here begins not with a roar of triumph, but with an act of shocking violence. When a new coalition of male lions conquers a pride, one of their first acts is to hunt down and kill the cubs. It's a horrifying spectacle, a seemingly senseless slaughter of the most vulnerable members of their own species. But this isn't random. It's a calculated strategy, a dark necessity in the brutal politics of the Lion Kingdom. To our eyes, it's murder. To a lion, it's survival. So why does the beginning of a new dynasty demand the blood of the old one? The answer lies in a desperate race against time, a biological drive that overrides everything else, the need to secure a genetic legacy. Picture the scene. A pride of lions is resting peacefully under an acacia tree. The lionesses are dozing, and the cubs' bundles of spotted fur and playful energy are tumbling and pouncing, completely unaware of the danger on the horizon. For months, they've been protected by the resident males, their fathers. But that protection is about to disappear. A new force arrives. A coalition of nomadic males, often brothers or cousins cast out from their own prides, has come to challenge the reigning kings. They're younger, stronger, and have one goal: to claim this territory and its females. The fight that follows is a storm of claws and teeth. The pride's current kings fight to defend their family, but the brutal math of nature often means the challengers win. These battles are violent and can easily end in severe injury or death. Once the resident males are defeated or driven away, a chilling new reality sets in. The victorious males begin a systematic patrol. They aren't looking for more rivals, they're hunting for the cubs. One by one, they seek out the offspring of their vanquished enemies. The lionesses fight back fiercely to defend their young, but they're often outmatched by the larger, more powerful males. Any cub under about 9 months old is a target, and for them, there's little chance of escape. This act, known as infanticide, is the grim and bloody foundation on which the new reign is built. It's a question that challenges our whole understanding of the natural world. Why would these magnificent animals commit such a brutal act? How can the king of the beasts start his rule by slaughtering infants? It seems to contradict every instinct we associate with the survival of a species. The answer isn't about malice or cruelty as we'd understand it. It's a cold, hard, evolutionary calculation. For a male lion, life is short, and his time at the top is precarious. His primary biological purpose, the single most important drive coded into his DNA, is to pass on his genes. A pride takeover is his ultimate chance to do that. But there's a big problem. The lionesses of the pride are already mothers. And as long as they're nursing cubs, they aren't biologically capable of getting pregnant again. This urgency is not just theoretical, it's been observed in behavioral studies. For instance, a well-known playback experiment by Pusey and Packer 1983 demonstrated that lionesses with cubs can recognize the roars of unfamiliar males, potentially infanticidal intruders, and respond by retreating rapidly with their young. This reaction shows that lionesses have evolved specific behavioral cues to mitigate the threat of infanticide when it arises suddenly. This is where the brutal logic of infanticide comes in. By killing the cubs of their predecessors, the new males are doing more than just wiping out a rival's bloodline. They are hitting a biological reset button on the females. Within a few short weeks, sometimes even days, the lionesses will once again enter estrus, ready to mate. Through this horrifying act, the new kings have forcefully opened their window of opportunity to have their own offspring and start their own dynasty. To really get this, you have to understand the unforgiving timeline that governs a male lion's life. When a coalition takes over a pride, they're entering a kingdom they'll only hold for a moment. The average reign for a male coalition is just 2 to 3 years. After that, they'll almost certainly be ousted by a younger, stronger group of challengers. It's an intense, desperate race against time. A lioness is pregnant for about 3.5 months and will nurse her cubs for up to 2 years. If a new male just waited for the existing cubs to grow up, he might spend his entire reign without a single chance to reproduce. His takeover, the life and death battle that got him there, would mean nothing. He'd be a king in name, only a genetic dead end. From an evolutionary standpoint, a male who waits is a male whose genes get erased from the future. That's what makes infanticide such a brutally effective evolutionary strategy. The males who practice it are the ones who successfully pass on their genes and, with them, the genetic tendency for this very behavior. It's a self-perpetuating cycle of violence woven deep into the fabric of lion society. Studies have shown just how effective it is. Infanticide is a leading cause of cub mortality, accounting for about a quarter of all cub deaths in the first year. During a pride takeover, that number jumps to nearly 100% for young cubs. It's a stark example of sexual conflict, where a strategy that massively benefits the male's reproductive success comes at a devastating cost to the female. But the lionesses are not just passive victims in this grim drama. They're caught in a devastating bind. Their instinct is to protect their offspring at all costs. A mother lion will fight with everything she has, and sometimes, when several lionesses team up, they can successfully repel an infanticidal male, though often at the risk of serious injury. When direct resistance isn't enough, lionesses have other fascinating counter-strategies. The simple act of mating with the new males can be a complex tactic. A lioness will often mate with multiple males in the new coalition, which creates paternity confusion. If a male isn't sure whether a future cub is his, he might be less likely to kill it. It's a clever, unconscious evolutionary move to protect her next litter. Some researchers have also theorized that pregnant females might engage in pseudostress, mating with the new males even though they can't conceive. When she later gives birth, the males may be tricked into thinking the cubs are theirs, giving them a life-saving pass into the new regime. Beyond that, lionesses often synchronize their births. Having many cubs of the same age creates a communal nursery where females will care for and even nurse each other's young. This cooperation is vital for hunting and for collective defense, including against the ever-present danger of new males. These strategies don't always work, but they show the incredible resilience and adaptive intelligence of the lionesses, the true, permanent backbone of the pride. Long-term studies using GPS tracking in Huanj National Park 2002 to 2016 have shown that resident males also adjust their territorial behavior when cubs are present. They patrol the pride's boundaries more actively and maintain a defensive perimeter further from waterholes, likely in anticipation of incoming challengers. This illustrates how both males and females shift their behavior dynamically to protect their reproductive investment. As shocking as it is, this behavior isn't unique to lions. Infanticide as a reproductive strategy is found all across the animal kingdom. It's been seen in other large predators like bears, in primate societies like langur monkeys, and even in dolphins, birds, and fish. In almost every case, the underlying logic is chillingly similar. Killing a rival's young gives a direct reproductive advantage to the perpetrator. It might be for access to mates, like with lions, or for limited resources, or even for the nutritional benefit of cannibalism. Seeing it in this broader context doesn't make the act any less brutal, but it does reframe it. It helps us see it not as an isolated act of cruelty, but as a recurring evolutionary solution to the universal problem of passing on one's genes in a competitive world. Nature, in its relentless drive to continue, doesn't play by human rules. Survival and reproduction are the only commandments that matter. The life of a lion is a paradox. It's a world of deep social bonds, of cooperative hunting, communal care, And yet, it's also a world defined by brutal competition and strategies that seem monstrous to us. The killing of cubs is the darkest part of this paradox. It's not a flaw in their nature, but a cornerstone of their social dynamics of behavior forged in the fires of evolution, where the timeline is short and the stakes are absolute. It is a chilling reminder that in the unforgiving kingdom of the wild, power is fleeting, but legacy is everything. The drive to pass on one's genes is a force powerful enough to create acts of both incredible cooperation and horrifying cruelty. This is the stark reality of what it takes to be king. If you found this exploration into the complex world of lions fascinating, consider subscribing for more deep dives into the science of the wild. And let us know in the comments, what other shocking strategies in nature would you like us to uncover next?